Welcome back, and in this tutorial we are going to add the handle to the crystal jug. So let's get started. I'm just going to get rid of all the colors so I get a clearer view of the object. So in the materials editor, I've created some materials there. I'm just going to delete them. Okay, there we go. Press and hold the middle scroll wheel just to have a look. And to be honest with you, I don't like the bottom. I would prefer if that had more of a roundy edge on it. So press tab to go into edit mode, and we're going to fix the bottom so that it has a nicer finish on it. So zoom in. I'm going to go to edge select mode, which is press 2 on your keyboard. So it's that edge there I want to move in ever so slightly so it doesn't have this weird flare thing here. So just press GG and bring it in until it's more or less right. About there. Left click to confirm, and then select that one. GG to grab and move it in ever so slightly like that. And do the same the whole way around. You want to make sure that all those lines are vertical. So left click, GG, grab, get it to go over there. Select GG. There we go. GG. Here. Okay, they're all done. So click on the middle line, shift and click to add to your selection. That's the one we're after. Press 7 for top orthographic, 9 to reverse that selection, and just press S for scale and bring them all in a little bit. Like so. Left click to confirm. Press and hold your middle scroll wheel just to get a better look. And it's not bad, but you can see because we've creased the edge that it's kind of it's given it a little bit of a harsh edge. So I'm just going to select those two edges there. Sorry, select that edge, shift and select that edge. Control E for edge menu, press edge crease, left click, and I want you to turn the factor down to -1, and that's basically turning off the edge crease altogether. Left click to confirm, and just press tab to go into object mode and get a better view, and you can see that that looks a lot nicer than that. So we'll continue around and we'll take the edge crease off that little V shape on all of them. Tab to go back into edit mode, select those edges, shift and select them, and you can do all this together. You don't need to do them one by one. They're hard to pick though, that's the only thing. That one there. I'm holding down the shift key and just left clicking to select all the ones I want. That one's done already. So Control E to get the edge menu up, edge crease yes, left click to get that little menu down the bottom left hand corner and just reduce it down to -1. Left click to confirm. Tab to get a better look at the object in object mode. And I think that looks nicer. Okay, so on to the handle then. Press tab to go into object mode. 1 for front orthographic view. File and save it at this stage. I'm just going to turn on the empty top right hand corner. Just click on the closed eyelid. And you can see that the handle is attached to that entire side, top and bottom. So I'm going to turn it off again. Press and hold my middle scroll wheel just to get a better view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove a load of faces from that section there, top and bottom. We're going to extrude them out and then create the handle. So zoom in on the top section there. And you see that little face in the V. Oh, sorry, press 3 to switch to face select mode. Select that little face there. And I want you to press Control and click on that face there, and it should select all the faces in between as well. Press X for delete, select faces. Do the same for that little V. Control and left click to select all the faces in between. X for delete, faces. And we're going to select and delete all these faces as well. So select the bottom one. Control select the top one. It'll select everything in between. X, faces. And the same here. So we're basically removing 4 panels. Control click, X, delete. Okay. So that's the top section done. We have to do the same with the bottom. So the same thing, but I'm going to just do it from this face here to start off with. We can always delete another face later on if we think we need to. Control and click. Press X for delete and delete faces. Control, click the face, Control and click the upper face. X for delete, faces. That's my dog eating her dinner. Margot. Margot. You okay? Margot, stop eating your dinner. She's like licking the plate clean. Okay, so select that face. Control and click to select everything in between. X to delete and choose faces. And the same there. Control click. X to delete faces. Okay, that looks pretty good. Press 1 on your keyboard to go to vertex select mode. And I want to move that vertex down. It doesn't need to be out of line like that. So I'm just going to go to 3 for right orthographic view. G for grab, Z for Z direction, just pull it down till it's more or less in line with those. And then 7 for top orthographic, and just G for grab, X for the X direction only, and pull it out until it's in line with that circle. Left click to confirm. That's better. And we'll do the same with this one here actually. So I selected it, 3 to get the right orthographic view. G for grab, Z for Z direction only, pull it up more or less in line with the rest of them. Left click to confirm. Z for the top orthographic view. G for grab, X for X direction only, and pull it out till it's in line like that. Left click to confirm. That looks better. And we may do the same with the top as well actually. So that vertex there. 3 to get the right orthographic view. G for grab, Z for Z direction only, pull it down till it's in line with those other vertices. 7 to get the top orthographic view. G for grab, X for X direction only, and pull it out till it makes that circle. And I think we'll have one more up the top there. Oh no, we don't. That's everything. Okay. So that's kind of tidied out our vertices. And what we're going to do now is we're going to select that entire hoop and we're going to extrude it out. So press Alt and left click over anywhere along that hoop and it'll select the entire thing. Then we want you to press 1 for front orthographic. Switch the picture back on so we have something to go by. Press E for extrude, X for the X direction only, and just pull it out just a fraction. We don't want to pull it out too much. And then what I want you to do is press E for extrude, X for X direction only, and pull it out again. Left click to confirm. Press and hold the middle scroll wheel just to look around. And you can see that it's making a pretty wobbly shape on the side, and I want that to be straight. So, how do we do that? Well, we turn off the picture so we get a better view. And I want you to just select one side. And how we do that, pick the top vertex, Control and pick the bottom vertex, and it should pick the path between them. 3 for right orthographic view. And I want you to press S for scale, Y for Y direction only, 0, and press enter. And you see it's lined them all up. It's basically scaled them all to 0 in the Y direction. Do you want to go out, Margot? So we'll do the same over the other side. Click on the top vertex, Control and click the bottom vertex, and it should pick every vertex in between. 3 for the right orthographic view, S for scale, Y for Y direction only, 0 on the numpad, and press enter. And there you go. So now they're all in the same plane, which is what we want. And now we're just going to make them fit the handle that we can see in the picture. So switch the picture back on. I want you to go into X-ray mode and press 1 on your keypad for the front orthographic view. Double tap A for deselect all. C for circle select, and just select that bunch of vertices at the top. Do S for scale, X for X direction only, and 0 so that they're all in the same point. Press G for grab and move it down to you see where that point there is, where the handle is just starting. Double tap A to deselect all, circle select, just select the next vertex down. Because we're in X-ray mode, you'll see it's selecting 2 vertices that are opposite each other, which is what we want. Let's press 1 to get back to front orthographic view, and I want you to just follow the line of that handle. So press G for grab and just pop it where you think is closest to the handle. Double tap A, C for circle select, select the next pair of vertices down, G for grab, and just put it around there. I think that vertex is actually alright. We move it a little bit. C to select, G for grab, move it over there a little bit. Double tap A, circle select, G for grab, move that to about there. Double tap A, C for circle select, select those, G for grab, move that there. Double tap A, C for circle select, G for grab. It's actually not a bad spot there. If you have to make adjustments to the ones you've already placed, then do. I'm just going to fast forward this a little bit so that I'm going to place all of those basically along the curve of the handle. Okay, so if you're happy with all that, just press and hold your middle scroll wheel so you get a better view. Turn off the X-ray. I think that looks pretty good. We are going to select the entire thing again. So just hold over one of the lines, Alt and left click just to select the entire hoop. Turn on X-ray just to get a better view. And I wanted to deselect the vertices in the middle of that row up there. We just want the external ones. So shift and click on the 3 there. And the same on the bottom. We don't want to select those 3 there. So shift and click to get rid of them. Go back to the front orthographic view. Press E for extrude. And just drag it out to more or less where the handle is. Left click to confirm. Press S for scale. And just drag it in ever so slightly. G for grab. And place it more or less on that handle. And we're going to do the same thing again where we're going to move those vertices so they're more or less lined up with the handle. Ignore the circle bit for now. We're just thinking about the handle. So just to get you started, double tap A to deselect all, C for circle select, G for grab, and just move it over to the handle. Okay, once you have that done, it's a good time to save it, so just go up to File and press Save. Okay, now we're going to do the same with the bottom part of the jug. So just zoom out so you can get a focus on that. Turn off the image, turn off X-ray, hover over the loop you want to select, Alt and left click to select the entire loop. 1 for front orthographic view, E for extrude, X for X direction only, and just drag it out a tiny bit. And left click to confirm. We'll turn the image back on actually. Do the same again, E for extrude, X for X direction only, and just pull it out so you can see it. Okay, now we're going to go into X-ray mode again so we can see the picture. Press 3 on your numpad just to get the right orthographic view, and you can see that we want to straighten out those lines. So press C for circle select and just deselect, hold down shift and deselect every vertex except for the line on the left hand side. Press S for scale, Y for Y direction only, and 0 on the numpad. Press enter. Move your shape around a little bit because we want to select the other side. So click on the top vertex, Control click on the bottom vertex and you'll have it selected all the vertices in between. Press 3 to get the right orthographic view. Press S for scale, Y for Y direction only, 0 on your numpad, and press enter. Perfect. Now go back to the front orthographic view. AA to deselect all. Circle select, select the top bundle of vertices there. I want you to press S for scale, X for X direction only, and 0 just so that they're all in a line. Double tap A, we'll do the same with the bottom selection of vertices there. C for circle select, click over them, right click to select. Press S for scale, X for X direction only, and 0 to make sure that they're all in a line. And now we're going to move them so that they are lined up with that handle that we can see in the picture. So double tap A to deselect all. I'll start off the first few and then I'll fast forward to the end. So press C for circle select, select that top group, G for grab, and just move it so it's in line with that handle. Double tap A, C for circle select, select the vertices, G for grab, and move it back to where you think the handle is. Double tap A, deselect all. C for circle select, select the vertices, G for grab, move it back. And keep going until we've finished that entire line. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to select the entire loop. Hover over it, press Alt and left click. E for extrude and just bring it out to the other side, right there. Press S for scale, just to bring it down a little bit. G for grab, to move it to where you think the handle should be. And then adjust any vertices that are a little bit out of line, like these two down here. So double tap A, C for circle select, select there, G for grab, move it back, double tap A, C for circle select, right click to confirm, G, move that there, and keep going until you're happy. Okay, that looks pretty good. Turn off X-ray and turn off the empty just for a second. Zoom out and just check your shape, see if you're happy with it. And I think that looks pretty good. We're going to fill in between these two with faces. So I don't know if you remember how to do that, but select the top vertex, Control and click the last vertex and it'll select all those. Shift select that vertex there. Shift control the bottom vertex and it should select all those there. And we're going to go to edge and bridge edge loops. You can see it's finished that off nicely. Okay, we'll do the same down the bottom. So if you check the front orthographic view, I'll just turn the picture back on for a minute. You can see that the handle is going to be going into that top section there. So we need to remove those faces on the top. And then on the bottom we have this little sphere on the end, so we need to remove the faces on the bottom there as well. So I'm just going to turn off the empty and I'm going to delete those as we need them. So press 3 on your keypad for face select mode. Click on the faces that you don't want. X for delete and delete faces. Do the same down the bottom. X for delete. Ooh, faces. Press 1 to vertex select mode. Click on that. Control that one, it'll select them all. Shift select that. Control Shift select and click to select all that. Edge, bridge edge loops. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to select this area here and we're going to extrude it following the shape of the handle. So hover over one of the edges on it, Alt and left click. That's grand. 1 for a front orthographic view. And turn on your picture. Zoom in to where you're comfortable. And then just E for extrude, move it out, or for rotate to make it fit. I'm not going to scale this because I want it to be the same width the whole way down. Even if it looks a little bit off on the picture, just follow the curve. G for grab if you want to move it around a bit. Do it like there. And just carry on. So E for extrude, or for rotate, G for grab. There we go. E for extrude, R for rotate, G for grab to line it up. E for extrude, R for rotate, G for grab to make sure it's right, and continue on until you get close to the bottom. I'm just going to turn off the image so we can see what we're joining together. Press and hold the middle scroll wheel to get a better view. We want to join this side here to this side here, but we've got a different number of vertices on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a few edge loops in this section to match that section. So double tap A to deselect all, Control or to create a bridge loop. I want to create 3 so that it matches the one above it. Click to select, right click to select center them. Okay, that's perfect. And then we have the same issue on the other side. You can see that we have got 1, 2, 3 vertices there, and we've only got 2 on this side. So we're going to do the same thing. We are going to add 3 here. So just press Control or, increase the number to 3, left click to confirm, right click to confirm center. Lovely. Now we've got the right amount of vertices to join the 2 sections together. So select, hover over any edge there, Alt and left click to select the entire loop. Shift, Alt and left click to select that loop. Do edge, bridge edge loops. And that looks pretty good. The next thing we have to do is to add the little cylinder bits to the top and bottom. So go 1 for front orthographic view, double tap A to deselect all, press Shift A to add. From the mesh primitives, pick cylinder. Now this is 2 meters, so it's absolutely massive. But in the bottom left hand corner where it says vertices and add cylinder, I want you to change that to 12. And where it says n-gon cap fill type, change that to nothing. Press S for scale. And you might have to do this in 2 goes because it's a lot bigger than the other thing. S again, till you can see it. That's lovely. Press OR for rotate, X for rotate about the X axis only, and 90. Press enter to confirm, G for grab, and just bring it over to roughly where it's supposed to be, which is about here. Okay. Now I'm going to rotate it round so that 2 vertices are more or less in the middle of the handle. So just going to press OR for rotate, and just rotate it to about there. Yep. Left click to confirm. Press and hold your middle scroll wheel to get a better view. Now I want this to be the same width as the handle for now. So press 3 for right orthographic view, S for scale, Y for Y direction only, and just bring it in closer towards the shape and it should scale inwards. Left click to confirm. Okay. Now you can see we want to match up the number of vertices on that line with the cylinder that we've just drawn. So I'm just going to add in some edge loops again. So Control OR, and I want to add in 3 edge loops and left click to confirm. Right click to confirm their position because that's where we want them. That's perfect. Yep, that works. And now I'm just going to make it a bit bigger because we want this to stand out from the rest of it. Double tap A to deselect all, Alt and left click to select that edge loop, and then Shift, Alt and left click to select that one. Press S Press E for extrude, S for scale, Y for Y direction only, and just pull it out. Not too much, you don't want to go mad, to about there. Left click to confirm. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to join this cylinder to that handle, and to do that we're going to delete a few faces. Excuse me. So press 3 on your keypad to go to keyboard select, and I want to select the 4 faces in there and just delete them. Delete faces. And I want to delete the ones, I'm just going to switch off. If you go to the modifier tab, the little monkey wrench, and switch off the TV, it will get rid of the subdivision surface modifier. That it's still there, we just can't see it. And sometimes that's handier when you're selecting faces. So I'm going to select the faces underneath that and the ones underneath that again. So we've removed 12 panels. Press X for delete, faces. Press 1 on your keypad to go to vertex select mode. And I'm going to put in edge loops on that handle to match up with the cylinder. So press Ctrl or when you hover over one of those horizontal lines. Move your scroll wheel to get 2. Left click to confirm and right click to confirm the position. Do the same on the opposite side, Ctrl or, scroll it up to 2, left click to confirm and right click to confirm central position. Okay. So now what do we want to do? We're going to bridge edge loop between that hole there in the cylinder and this end of the handle here. So double tap A to deselect all, Alt and left click to select that, Shift, Alt and left click to select that, go up to edge, click bridge edge loops. See, that's done a nice job. We're going to do the same down the bottom. So press 1 for front orthographic view, double tap A, turn on the X-ray, C for circle select, and just select the cylinder. Press and hold your middle scroll wheel just to make sure you have everything you need. We do. Turn off X-ray. Press 1 for front orthographic view. Press Shift D for duplicate and just move your mouse and obviously your little cylinder down to where you need it, which is about there. Left click to confirm. And I just want to check that the hole is opposite the hole in the handle. It's not exactly, needs a bit of a rotation. So press R for rotate, Y for Y direction only, and just rotate it round until that hole is more or less pointing at the hole it should be. Left click to confirm. And now we're going to bridge edge loops between the two. So AA to deselect all. Alt and left click to select that loop. Shift Alt and left click to add to the selection. Go up to edge, bridge edge loops. I'm going to turn the subdivision surface modifier back on, so click on the TV in subdivision surface just to get a good view. Okay, so now all we have to do is cover those holes that we have. A few ways of doing that. Double tap A to deselect all. Alt and left click to select that edge loop, and select all the edge loops on the cylinder. They're all the same, so Shift, Alt and left click to select the ones you want. So that's all 4 of those selected. Press 1 for front orthographic view and just zoom in on one of them. And you see in the center you've got a little drop down list there called transform pivot point. Just have a look at the drop down list and I want you to pick individual origins. The default setting in Blender for that is median point. So if you select a disk, it will select the center of that disk as the median point. If you select 2 disks opposite each other, then it's going to select in between, halfway between those 2 disks as the median point. But because we've changed this to individual origins, it's going to treat each disk as its individual space. So when we go to press extrude and scale, and pull it in ever so slightly like that, left click to confirm, press and hold your middle scroll wheel, you'll see that it's treated it's treated the 4 circles as individuals. I'll just Control Z that and I'll show you what happens if we don't do that. So say I just had those 2 selected and I had it back at median point, 1 to get the front orthographic. Actually, I'll just do that. E for extrude, S for scale. You'll see it also scales inwards because the median point is between those 2 spheres, which isn't what we want. So I'll just Control Z that. And Shift Alt click. Get them back again. We switch it to individual origins. It'll treat each disk as a separate entity and the center is at the center of each separate disk rather than in between all 4 of them. So we press E for extrude, S for scale, drag it in to about there, left click to confirm. I'm going to press E for extrude, S for scale again, drag it in to about there. And then we're going to press F for face. Turn on X-ray, circle select, and just deselect those 2 down the bottom. I want you to press S for scale, Y for Y direction only, and just pull in so that we get a little divot there. And do the same down here. Press 3 to go to face select mode. Can be a bit easier. Just select those 2 faces. S for scale, Y for Y direction only, and just pull them in. Okay, I think it's time to take a look at it. So turn X-ray mode off, tab out to object mode. We just have to put in the little groove in the handle. We'll do that now. Tab to go back into edit mode. We're in face select mode at the moment, which is perfect. So click that face there. I'm going to press Control and click another face further down the handle like there. Now you can see it didn't select what we thought it would select. Basically, when you press Control, it's looking for the shortest path between those faces. What the computer thinks is the shortest space and what you're thinking is the best way to go aren't always the same thing. So if it does do that, then the best thing is to just do it in sections. So click on the one you want, go up a bit, press Control, left click, and just keep going Control, left click. And as long as it can see a clear path between them, it will go for the best option. So we'll just go down as far as there. Actually, that I won't go touching the circle. And do the same on the far side. Just make sure you're picking the same faces. But this time it's Shift and Control. Shift just means add to your selection. So if you want to, even if you want to use the control mechanism, using Shift will just add to it. Okay, that looks good. I'm just going to turn on X-ray so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to press E for extrude, S for scale, Y for Y direction only, and just drag it in ever so slightly. You don't want to go too thin. And left click to confirm. Turn off X-ray. Tab out to object mode to see what you've got. And yeah, that looks nice. Now I'd like to add in a little line there just to differentiate the handle from the rest of the jug, and down there as well. So tab back into edit mode. And what I'm going to do there is I'm going to do Control or to add an edge loop. Just the one, so left click to select one, and then I'm going to move it really close to that other edge. Close but not touching. A left click to confirm. Then press S for scale, Y for Y direction only, and just pull it in ever so slightly just to give you a bit of an edge. Tab out to object mode to get a look at that. It's a bit more definition. I like that. Tab back into edit mode. We'll do the same thing down the bottom. Ooh, excuse me. So Control or to add an edge loop. Left click to confirm just the one. Move it across close to that other edge there, left click to confirm. S for scale, Y for Y direction only, and bring it in until you're happy with the crease. Left click to confirm. Tab out to object mode to get a better view. And there you have a little bit of a definition there. Now, it looks to me like there's something funny going on there, so you can see the little sharp corners on it. So tab in, we'll see what the problem is. When you look around, there's actually doesn't seem to be that much wrong. And when that happens, I automatically think of face orientation. So when you think about it, a face has two sides, the inside and the outside. And sometimes that gets switched around and you don't notice. So if you're not sure, in the top left-hand corner where you see that symbol there, show overlays, just click on the drop-down box. And you'll see amongst geometry is face orientation. Just click that. And you can see that our cylinders are actually inside out. And that's why it's having trouble interpreting those points and making them pointy. And it's an easy thing to fix. All you have to do is select all, go to mesh, down to normals, and say recalculate outside. Click that. And there you have it. You can see now that everything is the same color. That's what you want. And you'll also notice if I go into object mode, those little sharp edges are gone. So it knows what it's dealing with and the shape is ready to go. So go to the drop down list. You don't really need to see that anymore. And you can turn off face orientation just to get back to the plain gray. And if there's any more changes that you want to make to the shape before you export it as an STL, then now's the time. So just take your time, have a look around, see what you're happy with, and maybe see what needs changing. That little bump there doesn't seem right. So I'm just going to go into edit mode. I'm going to select all those edges. Actually, if I deselect them, you'll see they have an edge crease. I don't think they should have an edge crease, so I'm just going to select them. Control E to get up the edge menu, edge crease, left click, and reduce that to -1. Now that's the edge crease gone, which is what we want. But they're still a little high. So with them selected, I'm just going to press G for grab. I'm just going to move them down like that until I'm happy with where they are. Left click to confirm. Tab out to object mode just to see what your shape looks like. Yeah, I think that's better. So that's our crystal jug finished. It's the right size to take a 14mm diameter Swarovski crystal or whatever you have yourself. So now is as good a time as any to save it. Go up to the top left hand corner, file save. We don't need the image anymore, so we can click on that and press X for delete. It's gone. And now we need to export it as an STL so that Shapeways knows how to print it. So just press File, go down to Export, choose STL from the list. It's already filled mine in as crystaltoot.stl. Click Export STL. And we're done. When I ordered the crystals for the crystal jug off Swarovski, I wasn't sure what size to go for, so I ordered a few different sizes. And when they came back, the 14mm diameter was the best one, I thought, for the necklace. But it also left me with a couple of 10mm beads, and I decided to make a pair of earrings out of those. That was a really easy thing to do. If you open up your file and just click on the full-size crystal jug object, then just press S for scale and type in 0.714 on your numpad and press enter. Then what you've created will fit a 10mm bead perfectly, and I just made a pair of earrings out of those. Obviously save the file separately and export the STL separately, and then in a couple of weeks Shapeways will send you on a matching set of earrings and a necklace, and this is what they sent me. Haha, my little crystal jug necklace. I can't show you the earrings because I gave them away as a present. Sorry. I'll see you in the next video. I think we are going to do... I think we'll do the Ohm ring. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like to buy me a coffee, then there is a link in the description. And I will see you in the next video. See you then.